I sent this, I made a video earlier, kind of a legalese MRA video. I sent it to Skinner. You just have to watch that video, kind of learn who Skinner is. And, I've been hashtag MRA for really about a year. That's, hang on, 2 years? My case is going on for 2 years. Check this out. Look at this. It says 4 social workers have been charged with felony child abuse for falsifying court records in connection. I logged into Facebook today and they were talking about, today is National Women's Day. You're like, well, you're an MRA person, you must hate women. I'm like, no, I don't hate women, but I hate inequality. And it's time for somebody other than me to start ringing the bell and start talking about the E word and equality and how important equality is in civil cases. And we can no longer reflexively just assume that women belong with their mothers. We can no longer reflexively just think, well, if you have a vagina and breasts, that you're a better parent. Those days that's 1970s, 1980s. Here we are, 2016. There's lots of evidence that in many cases, the father is a better custodian and a better parent. And then, I think if you just were honest, most people would say, listen, there are a lot of instances where fathers are better parents than mothers. And again, hashtag MRA is not anti-woman. It's really pro equality. And so this is a really, really unfortunate example. It's out of the California LA Times, Thursday, August 25th, 2016. It says the boy was, they knew this was going on. I guess because there was a mom involved, they didn't want to do anything. And look what happened. Look at that. And then on a darker note, in fact, I even saw an equivalent of this in Texas, where some of the bullshit that's happening with these court experts and these social workers and how they will actually falsify shit. Man, it's time we wake up. We have to wake up to a civil system that is, and I'm speaking, civil system as a whole, California, Texas, New York. The civil system is a corrupt system, and there's just too much money in it. I mean, lawyers make too much money because they have slam dunk cases. They just walk in with their vagina clients, and he's the big bad guy, and that's how civil systems have been practiced, and that's lazy 1970s, 1950 law. And then I want to be a voice of the new era, which is MRA, which is equality. And we have to start looking at equality, federally protected statuses, things like 2503. And that's job one. That's job one. Start really looking at equality and using the old phrase, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. What's good for one parent needs to be good for the other, and they should both. But job two is harder, and that's when we really start digging into the civil system, and we start seeing, holy shit, we have some corrupt social workers, we have incompetent court officials. Like in my opinion, I don't think let's just let the facts speak for herself. Skinner, she hasn't done her job for a year. She hasn't done her job for a year. She has effectively been violating a court order. Now, what happens? What happens to Skinner when you don't violate, when you don't go with a court order? What happens? What happens to a family that, for 3 and 4 years in Texas violates 2503? What happens? What happens to women who shit on Rule 11s? What happens to women who make false accusations? In fact, I even read a case in Arizona where a woman, she just made some false accusations to her ex-husband. And she's facing 4 felonies for false accusations of, I think she said, it wasn't her ex-husband, I think she went on a date and she said that guy raped her, and he didn't. So she's facing, felony charges for perjury. Well, we have to start using the P word in civil cases, and not just the word like perjury. And let me just kind of close out. Here's some words that we need to just bring to the surface: equality, perjury, corruption, Munchausen, equality. See, it's not hard. It's only hard when we have discrimination, and when we just assume that vaginas and breasts are exactly what kids need. Anyway, real life example. It's unfortunate. All right, you guys be good. I know it's not good news. But you got to shine light, and sometimes you got to shine light in the darkness, and that's what I want to do. So bless his family and the social workers and all the people. All right, Haley Brownson, I'm going to send you this video. See if you care about it on National Women's Day, because men matter too. Black lives matter, white lives matter. But here's another one for you. Men matter too, and in civil trials, they're especially vulnerable. And if you don't care about that, think about this. Fathers matter. Fathers matter. And all the research and all the data point that when children don't have fathers, they don't have strong fathers, dude, those children never really have the advantages. So let me just say it this way. If you don't care about men, we got to start defending fathers, because sometimes there are such things as bad moms. You guys have a great day. Email me, Americana417@gmail.com.